So I'm going to spend the next few minutes, it'll just be a few minutes because there's a storm brewing here, having an authentic and vulnerable inquiry into a question that all of us have probably asked ourselves, which is there life after law? Who would I be? What would I be? What would life be like if I was no longer an attorney? And one of the definitions that I heard of authenticity is that it's the ability to speak from it and not about it. I'm speaking from experience. I opened up a little storefront law office in a West Virginia town, didn't know anybody, built it into a very successful practice, enabled me to retire at the age of 40 and still going strong 47 years after I started it. I walked away from it, and my life is better than I ever could have imagined, better than the life that I enjoyed as a successful and dynamic trial attorney. When I tell people I was an attorney and I left early, I generally get one of three reactions. The first is one based on judgment, which is, oh, what did you do to get thrown out? And the truth is, I didn't do anything to get thrown out. Life threw me out because about a dozen years into my practice, I was misdiagnosed as having a tumor, which was going to kill me in a matter of months. And 3 years later, when I was still alive and still practicing law, I realized, wait, there's more to life than law. The second response you get is one of kind of fear, like, oh, it's like I'm contagious. Get away. I don't want to think about it. What you did it, that's great for you, but I just want to keep going on. I don't want to have to consider what my life could be like or the fact that someday I might not practice law. And the third one is kind of based in envy, like, wow, man, I wish I could do that. Now, whatever your response is, it doesn't matter. There's no judgment here. What matters is that we take this question seriously. For us, for all the people that love us and all the people that we love. And I can tell when you lean into this question, only good things can happen. The first thing that could happen is you could be like some of my clients that I've helped find life after law, and they're so much happier doing something besides practicing law. Or we can build a parallel path where they're still going to practice, but now we got something, one of my clients called it a side hustle, that they have going on that they turn into a vocation, and they can make a smooth transition in a way that doesn't jeopardize their livelihood or their well-being. The second thing that could happen, maybe they don't want to leave, but at least you've asked the question. The whole idea of leaving the law is overwhelming. I remember when I was sitting in my unfurnished storefront office in Moundsville, West Virginia, thinking, now I'm a lawyer. Of course, I didn't learn anything about practicing law from law school. It was overwhelming. And I realized that getting out of the law can be as overwhelming as getting into it. There's so many things. And just to demystify it, just to sit and be able to talk about it practically, logically, without judgment, with empathy and curiosity, but also with our eyes wide open about the possibilities. You'll always feel better being better informed and facing these parts of yourself that you don't want to face, with these possibilities of life that you just don't want to think about. And once they're out there, there's an exhale. So whether you get the exhale of actually leaving the practice or knowing when and how you're going to leave the practice, or just consider leaving it, you're going to get that exhale. And that's good. And the third thing is something that I can't prove, but I know it to be true from my own experience, which is that once you take your own future and your own well-being, your own happiness, your own fulfillment seriously, not only for you, but for all the people whose lives will be better because you're happier and more fulfilled, you get help. The help's very tangible. You just get opportunities. And sometimes there's just synchronicities. So whatever it is, I encourage you to have the conversation. I'm the right guy to have the conversation with. I've done it myself. I've helped other people do it. I have this gift and also this predilection. I just want people to find what feeds their souls. And if what feeds your soul is practicing law until the day you die, do it. But if there's something else out there that's calling to you, that's kind of leading you on, and maybe there's things in life that kind of push you in that direction in terms of dissatisfaction or unsettledness about what it is that you're doing in the practice of law, then have that discussion as well. I'm happy to talk to you about it. So whatever it is, take it seriously. Take it seriously enough to talk about it with lightness and curiosity and with real discernment. I'd love to help you do that. And I'd love for you to find what I found, which is, oh my God, there is so much more to life than law.